Hello there. So we know that Phase 5 and 6 of MCU are right around the corner. The presentation that Kevin Feige gave was absolutely insane. Definitely one of the best presentations, besides, you know, the reveal of the Avengers and stuff like that from like San Diego Comic-Con 2011. There have been some really good presentations, but this one, revealing Phase 5 and 6 of the MCU, all this different content in the trailers and stuff, this one was really special. And so, you know, it goes without saying that the presentation was just spectacular. With the frequency that Marvel is putting out this content, there's just kind of this question that's been, you know, floating around in my mind. If Marvel is oversaturating the market, does Disney really have faith in the Marvel brand, or are they just trying to squeeze out stuff as fast as they can? Why the superhero brand is hot, you know, all this stuff. So we're gonna get into it in this video and kind of break down my thoughts and opinions. They'll probably be considered somewhat controversial to some, so you can dislike the video or leave me a hate comment or whatever you want to do. I don't really care, but yeah, so but if you enjoy my content, you enjoy my rant, then consider subscribing, and let's get into this video.
Atomic Fair.
So yeah, like I said, we know Phase 5 and 6 are coming, and that Secret Wars is coming in November of 2025, with Kang Dynasty coming May 2nd, 2025. It's about 6 months apart, which is very shocking. It's a big move for Marvel. But what's even crazier is just the level of content that Marvel is putting out over the course of 2 years. I mean, Phase 5 is 1 year, and Phase 6 is also, it looks to be 1 year long. So it's pretty insane. You know, you look at Phase 6 and it starts in November of 2024 and ends in November of 2025. I mean, Phase 1 of Marvel was 4 years. I think Phase 2 was 3 years, 3 or 4. And then Phase 3 was also 3 or 4 years. So this stuff was a lot more spread out, and so was the Marvel content that was coming out. It was much more spread out. We have multiple shows, multiple movies coming out at once. You know, so even trying to keep up with the Marvel stuff, even for me, I consider myself like a die-hard fan, and it's getting pretty intense. So for the average moviegoer, it's going to be definitely a lot, and it's a lot of superhero content in general that's coming out between Warner Brothers, between Sony, and then you have Marvel and whoever else wants to take a stab at superhero movies or some type of superhero content. You know, it's just a lot in general. So there's also the question of, you know, if Marvel really has the full faith in the Marvel brand, or if, you know, maybe all the executives are sitting in a room and they're saying, hey, look, we know that the superhero stuff is going to kind of become on a downward trend over the next few years. So we're going to capitalize on it while we can. We're going to push out more content than anyone else. And we're going to make the most money we can, even if it's not as good, even if the content's not as good, we're going to make the most money. And then, you know, after Secret Wars, the superhero stuff will really probably start to take a bit of a downward turn. But then by then, Disney will have kind of made their money and maybe gotten out, or wherever they decide to take the MCU after Phase 6. I don't know. It's a lot to think about, but it's kind of this theory I've had floating around in my head since the presentation. It's because with Infinity War, it took 10 years of build up from the very first Iron Man. So you would think that, you know, Secret Wars could at least come out in 2026 or maybe 2027, or, you know, I was thinking even like 2028. I mean, I know it's pretty far out, but, you know, it's kind of realistic to what I was thinking, but they seem to be moving pretty quick. And then there's the question of what even comes after Secret Wars. So that's a topic that I'll have for a whole nother video, but it's really crazy what Marvel is doing. And like I said, I am very excited for it. I'm very excited for Daredevil, Fantastic Four, to see what they're going to do when they take a stab at the X-Men. They're going to continue Spider-Man and all that stuff. So I'm really excited to see where they take these characters. And I know they're going to be swapping out the Avengers and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like I said, there's just that question that kind of floats around in my head of, is Marvel kind of rushing stuff, and is this going to be as good? Because Marvel is now like a household name, so their brand can kind of just carry the box office weight. You know, the movie will make hundreds of millions, you know, even $1 billion just off the brand name alone. Whereas when you had Phase 1, and even when they were building up to Infinity War, Marvel, to an extent, had to kind of make a name for itself. So we're going to see how all this stuff unfolds. You guys kind of comment what you think down below about my little rant here, but like I said, I'm very interested to see if Marvel will keep up the quality. Now, the Black Panther 2 trailer looked amazing. I think She-Hulk looks decent, and we'll see what some of the other content ends up being. Marvel's kind of always had middle-of-the-road content, you know, kind of wedged into their franchise, so I'm expecting that some of the stuff will kind of not be as good as other stuff, you know, of course, but we're going to see if overall the general quality of the MCU starts to take a downward turn. Definitely interested to see how general audiences react to all this stuff. Now, Avengers Secret Wars is the one exception because this movie is destined to make, you know, billions of dollars. But yeah, you guys comment down below what you think about my video, about my little rant, and my slight skepticism of Phase 5 and 6. I'm still very, very excited, but there's just that hint of starting to wonder if Marvel's moving a bit quick here and trying to capitalize on the superhero stuff while it's hot. But yeah, comment what you guys think down below. And for this video and for this rant, that's all I got. So until the next one, guys, be safe and stay well. Bye-bye.